My name is Emma. I'm a student at the University of Virginia, and I've been pretty involved with the Global Issues Network for about 6 years now. Miss Sills, who many of you have probably met or spoken to, she was one of the organizers behind this great conference you guys are at, asked me to talk a bit about my experience with GIN and how I got involved. And I think it begins with when I first learned about the network, and that was at the Anglo-American School of Moscow. A couple years later, I moved to Washington, D.C., and I was disappointed when I couldn't find the same kind of international organization in my new school. And it occurred to me, why not bring GIN to my school? Why not bring GIN to Washington, D.C.? And kind of in the spur of the moment, I sent out a couple emails and got one response, and that was from Ms. Sills. And it simply said, I'd love to talk to you on the phone one day. When's good? When's like a good time to talk? And I was really shocked as a high school freshman that someone so involved, such a leader in the organization, would want to take the time to talk on the phone with me. But I remember our conversation very distinctly for a couple reasons. One of which was I had horrible cell phone reception, and I was freaking out that I wouldn't be able to have this great conversation, so I was running around the house trying to find the best place to sit and listen. But also because Ms. Sills and I talked about a couple ideas, one of which was, wouldn't it be great to have a conference in South America, and wouldn't Lima, Peru be a fantastic place to do that? Some of you may know, and I'm betting quite a few of you were probably at that conference, but it happened last year. It was the first Southern American conference. And this just kind of goes to show how much time and dedication and planning goes into making this happen for you guys. Ms. Sills and I also talked about what GIN should look like in the United States. There wasn't really a foundation for the organization when we were having these kind of first couple conversations. And it all culminated in my school and Washington International collaborating to host the first Global Issues Network conference in North America. This spring, we're gearing up to host the third in Washington, D.C., and since Ms. Sills and I first talked, there are a lot of clubs and organizations have kind of popped up around the country. So GIN's really growing in the United States, and GIN's growing in South America right now. I think it all leads towards the question, what makes GIN so unique? And the fact that you're listening to me talk in a video that I made in my dorm room a couple hours ago really serves to show how GIN is special, and its ability to connect students who are regularly separated by huge distances and who regularly would never meet or talk to each other. We have this great ability to stay in touch through Facebook, through other social media, through the GIN website, through these conferences. And by coming to the conference, by being at the conference you guys are at, you're joining a community of 1,000+ students who are all behind GIN, who have all become involved and been connected through GIN. My challenge to you at this conference is, if you leave as individuals who have been inspired and dedicated to make a difference, then that's great. And the world, without a doubt, needs more people like that. But if you take it a step further and you leave the conference as a collective of a community, a body of people who are dedicated to working together to make that difference, that's when you really start being able to affect change. That's when you really start being able to make a dent in really daunting issues. So as you wait for the next keynote to start speaking, or as you're sitting waiting for a breakout session to begin, I implore you to talk to the person next to you, ask them why they wanted to come to this conference, or kind of what issue touches base with them, and begin to share, begin to have that conversation. That conversation is what this conference is about, and that conversation needs to continue happening even after this conversation, or even after this conference has come to a close. So thank you.